Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex the Comic Reporter. Thank you so much for clicking play on this video. I've got a really exciting haul for you guys. Two really important books off my 2019 want list. I bought a collection of a Silver Age comic book run, as well as another book that I got off a YouTuber here in the comic book community. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm super excited. Here we go. As you all probably know from watching my videos in the past, I search for comic books wherever I can think of may possibly have comic books or know where comic books are. I've gotten comic books from pawn shops, record stores, antique malls, flea markets, garage sales, pretty much wherever you can think of, auction houses. And I bought this comic book collection at the same game resale shop that I bought the EC War collection from. So at this retro gaming resale shop, they have a ton of tables around the middle of the room with tons of long boxes, probably 10 long boxes of comic books. A lot of the stuff is more modern comic books, maybe some variants, but there is some decent stuff in there, some books that a lot of us are chasing at the moment. But I was focused on getting some older stuff, and that's when I bought the EC War books underneath the table, as well as these were underneath the table. This is a full run of Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos, missing issue number 1. And so it's pretty much a straight run until you get to the reprints at issue 120 something. And then there's a few holes after that. But this is a straight run of the Silver Age stuff, including some of the king-size annuals. I'll be showing you a select few of these books, some of the ones that I've picked out to highlight. I'm going to first show some of the annuals. This is issue number 1 from 1965. Great purple cover. It's a square-bound book, and it shows some of the Howling Commandos in action in Korea. So this is pretty cool. Purple cover, like I said, square-bound book, a little bit of a ding up there and a little bit on the bottom, but otherwise attached very nicely. Beautiful copy of King Size Annual number 1. Here is King Size Special number 2, and this is from 1966, and it's a D-Day issue. Also, it talks about S.H.I.E.L.D., the origin of the Great S.H.I.E.L.D. series. So I'm curious what that is, but once again it says S.H.I.E.L.D. right there. So that's pretty cool. I'll have to look into this, see if there's any significance of that. But this is issue number 2 from 1966. Here is issue number 3. It's another all-new story, so it's King Size Special number 3 from 67, I would assume. It's got a great spine on it, all new stories. It's a big issue. One thing I love about this is right across his chest, it says Bob's Grocery and Newsstand from June 13th, 1967. Really great red cover in beautiful condition. And I think some of these ones are reprints. This is a Dick Ayers and John Severn. This is King Size Special number 4. Beautiful blue cover with a story of the Battle of the Bulge. So really great story there, really great cover, beautiful condition on this book, and nice Dick Ayers and John Severn cover. Next up we have King Size Special number 5 from, I would assume, 1968, and it's a beautiful John Severn cover. Really great artwork there on the front. The Fangs of the Desert Fox, so we've got a Germany story, and looks great, and it's also got a court-martial of Sgt Fury. So really cool story. Once again, beautiful condition on this copy as well. And to round out the King Size Specials, or the annuals, from 1969, twice as many pages. It's another one that has reprinted stories in this one, and this is from 1969, King Size Special number 6. Really great red cover, and out of all the annuals in this collection, this was probably the most has the most wear on this one and is in the lowest condition, but I'd still say it's a pretty solid mid-grade copy. So now to continue the collection, this is Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos number 2. It's a beautiful Jack Kirby cover, Jack Kirby interior artwork, and Stan Lee story. Really great red cover with the second appearance of Sgt Fury and the second appearance of his Howling Commandos. It's got a little bit of chipping there. This book in low condition can even command $50, and in high condition probably $700, $800, even sometimes $900. Beautiful book, awesome condition, and second appearance of Sgt Fury. Up next we have number 3. This is a little bit of a dirty copy on the spine. It's a little bit dirty As you can see, this at one time this was probably a really nice white cover. This is the first time that Sargent Fury and Mr. Fantastic meet. And also, I'll try to put right here a picture of the full page ad for Avengers #1 that I've taken a picture out of this exact book. Here is issue number 4, and it's the death of Junior Jupiter. This is in probably a 3.0 condition. It's a little bit lower of grade. A lot of these books are very in condition, but I really like this dark royal blue background. Just a really cool cover with Sargent Fury crashing in on this Nazi party. Here is issue number 5 in a very, very beautiful, nice condition, probably upper mid-grade condition. This is the first appearance of Baron Strucker, and once again, it's just a beautiful, beautiful copy and a really nice book. This is issue number 6 of Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos. It's a little bit of a lower grade. Looks like a little bit of a burn right here. But what's great about this book is it has a full page ad for Avengers #4. So the reappearance or the reemergence of Captain America, the first appearance in the Silver Age, full page ad within this. And I'll try to put that picture right there as well. Here is another low number, Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 7. Really like this yellow cover. I think it's the first yellow cover within the series that I've shown. Really like that. And it's, once again, it's the court martial of Sgt Fury. So maybe in that book, the one of those annuals, that court martial was a reprint, although there were new stories as well. So curious about that, but really great cover. And probably, looking at it, it looks like Jack Kirby artwork still. This is issue number 8. And it's the first appearance, which is also tied with Avengers #6, of Baron Zemo. And this is also the death of Percival Pinkerton. This is issue number 9. It's got some writing there on the cover, and this is a Hitler appearance, and it says Mission Capture Hitler. This is Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos number 10. This is the first appearance of Captain Savage as the skipper. I'm going to skip a couple issues because I'm really excited about showing this one. This is Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos number 13. Now, I've had a chance to own this in the past, but it was a really low grade condition. This one's probably low grade. It's probably a 4.0 or maybe 3.5 even, but it's the first team up with Captain America and Nick Fury, as well as it's the second appearance of Captain America in the Silver Age. Absolutely love this cover. It's one of those really great, iconic Jack Kirby renditions of Captain America. As you can see, there's Bucky as well. Really great book. Really happy to own this one, and I just wanted to kind of skip to this book. Here's issue number 14. It's Baron Strucker's Blitz Squad, and as you can see there on the cover, it says the Blitzkrieg Squad of Baron Strucker. Really great copy. It's got a little bit of a, I don't know what caused that, maybe a spine roll, where some of the pages are sticking up out of the back. It's all complete, both staples attached. Actually pretty decent mid-grade copy of this book. And I think the Blitz Squad is one of the main nemesis of Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos. This is issue number 14. Really cool book. Skipping all the way to Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos, issue number 27. This is probably a 2.0 to 2.5, so it's a good condition book, but it's the first appearance of Eric Koenig, as well as the first appearance and origin of Sgt Fury's eye patch. Really cool book. Wish it was in a little bit higher condition. A lot of the books around it were in higher condition. I don't know why this one was so low. Maybe they loved to read this book and didn't take all that great a care of it. Here is issue number 34. It's in probably the same kind of 2.5, maybe 3.0 condition, but this is the origin of the Howling Commandos. This is issue number 35. It's a Hitler cover by Dick Ayers, and it also has Paul's Book Exchange stamp on the cover, so this is really cool. It's once again probably in about a 3.0 condition. This is issue number 53. What's really great about this is, once again, I'll show the picture. It's got a full page ad for Iron Man #1 as well as Submariner #1. We've all demanded that we get #1 issues of those books, and Marvel appeased us. They did it. They gave us #1 issues of Submariner #1 as well as Iron Man. So awesome ad in this book. And this next one goes out to Silver Age Dave. This is issue number 56. It's the issue with Gabriel, Blow Your Horn. Silver Age Dave's son's name is Gabriel, or one of his children's name is Gabriel, and so you can't show Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos without showing one of Silver Age Dave's favorite books. This is in a very, very nice condition. I would probably say 5.0, 5.5, solid mid-grade condition with the solid blue cover. It's really hard. Now there's a reprint, and I think that one is a red cover later on down the road when they did reprints. So if you want the original, It's this 12-cent issue number 56 dedicated to Silver Age Dave. My best friend. Forgot to mention that. He's definitely my best friend. Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos is definitely not a run that I thought I'd go after. I still need that issue number 1 to complete the Silver Age run of Sgt Fury and his Howling Commandos. But this thing is really beautiful altogether. When you look at these books, they're just one after one. Beautiful artwork. Probably great stories. I'm going to check out a few of these. To be honest, I haven't read a single one of those, but I do intend to read some. I just want to get that issue number 1 so I can read kind of like the first probably 13, 14 issues of this series at least and see how it goes. But if you guys want me to, leave it in the comments down below. I haven't done a live video in a long time, but I can show a lot more of these covers. I just didn't want to spend a lot of time on this video showing every single one of those covers. I wanted to highlight some of them and then maybe at a future date do a live video. But the trend on YouTube in the comic book community is live videos, and right when I stop it just takes off. So I haven't done a live video in a long time, but if you guys want to see a live video, we can hang out, we can talk, we can chat, and I can show a lot more of this collection. Let me know in the comments down below. Continue on with the haul. This is a hot book alert. Attention, hot book alert. So that's a little shout out to Mercenaut, who is not watching these videos whatsoever. If you are Mercenaut, comment down below. I'd love to see love to know if you've ever watched one of my videos. But this is hot book alert, and Art Germ, I saw him Instagram this. This is Captain Marvel, issue number 1. This is a variant, and this is the long hair variant exclusive to Walmart, and I've heard there's only about 2 copies per store. I've seen Mua show this book a lot, and he's probably one that's hyped this up the most, but I originally saw it on Art Germ's Instagram page and then subsequently through Mua, or a lot of people shouting out to for showing this book. So huge shout out to him. I found 2 packages of this, and I'm not sure if I want to open this up and put it into Mylar, see what the other books are, but I doubt they're anything. But really happy to have this. This is the first new book that I bought this year. Here's another book that I really didn't think I would get at all anytime soon. I just never really wanted to pay the price, but I've always wanted the book. Is Amazing Spider-Man number 46. This is the first appearance of the Shocker. As you can see, it's a little bit lower of a grade. It's got a nice subscription crease there, a little bit of honest spine wear, but ultimately this is a very nice book, presents great in the Mylar. And it brings me to another point that I wanted to talk about tonight. Big shout out to DS Comics, Bubs, and Metarog for their no-face chats on Monday night. DS Comics had a really great concept, and it's, are you an uphill collector or a downhill collector? And the concept theory is, if you want to go for books, so I really like Amazing Spider-Man, but I'm not going to prioritize Amazing Spider-Man getting all the keys, because what I want to do is I want to get an ASM 1 and or an Amazing Fantasy 1. That's Amazing Fantasy 15. That's really a priority for me to get another copy of Amazing Fantasy 15 to replace the one that I got rid of. Now, I want to be a downhill collector, so that means get the most expensive pinnacle book first, and then work your way down to the less expensive books. Because if you're working your way uphill, it's a little bit harder and more daunting, and it actually can turn you off of collecting if you're that kind of collector. If you buy all, I think DS was talking about buying all of the easy to attain X-Men Silver Age books, and then when it came to buying the expensive one, he had already spent all his money on the lower, less expensive books, that it was hard to work his way up or motivate himself to spend the money to get the X-Men number 1. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. Prioritize, get one of those really, really big books first, and then work my way downhill. So big shout out to DS Comics. I thought that was brilliant, and I thought it was a really nice analogy and a really nice way to illustrate that type of collecting. So I have 3 more books to show, and I want to do an unboxing first. So I'm going to set up the old stand, see if we can unbox this really, really quickly. I saw 2 doing an unboxing, and it sounded like he was really struggling, trying to be as quick and efficient as possible. So I just do a little editing magic, and we open these things as quick as possible. So let's open this thing right now and see what it is. Before I flip this book around, I want to give a huge shout out to Chinos Comics and More. They provided this book. They gave it to me at a really great cost. They were on an auction, and I asked them if they had any extra books for sale, any slab books, and I was looking for this book. Didn't want to slab one of my own copies, so I bought this book in a really solid grade for a great price. Manny and Chino love comic books. They're brothers, and they own a comic book shop together. So it's a really great combination, really great dudes, and thank you guys so much for this book. Let's show what this is without further ado. This is All-Star Comics number 58. It's the first appearance of Power Girl in a CGC 8.0. Give you guys a closer up. So it's the first appearance of Power Girl, Kara Zor-El, and it's the first issue since it looks like February, March of 1951. So here's a close-up of the cover and a close-up of the back. It's in the new CGC case. Once again, thank you so much to Manny and Chino. Looks like this book was undergraded by quite a lot. If I were to guess, if I were to look at this book, I would definitely say 9.0. Maybe it could use a little bit of a cleaning, but I don't know if this book has already been cleaned and pressed. But to me, this book looks really nice. Now, there's a little bit of corner creasing, color breaking right there. And then it's a little bit dirty on the back cover. But this is a great book at a great grade, really solid. I'll take an 8.0 of the first appearance of Power Girl any day of the week, especially at the great deal that Chino gave me. So once again, thank you, Chino, for this book. Really do appreciate the deal. All right, last two books, and I want to bring out the old 2019 comic book want list. And I thought I was doing a lot better, but I only have 2 books checked off. Now, I am doing okay because I'm going to check off 2 more books on this list. As you can see, Daredevil number 1, Amazing Spider-Man 129, Marvel Spotlight number 5, first appearance of, that's Punisher, first appearance of Ghost Rider here, Green Lantern number 1, Justice League of America number 1. Those are 2 carryover books from last year. Flash 112 is the first appearance of Elongated Man, and then Flash 139, which is the first appearance of the Reverse Flash. That'll be an upgrade. I've got a really low, probably 2.0 grade condition. I have already gotten an X-Men 94, and I got it in a 7.0 condition, so that's a really nice addition to the collection. And Aquaman 11, first appearance of Mera, I got that in a 4.0, so I'm really happy to have that. And then I do want the first appearance of Ray Palmer, the Atom, in Showcase 34. I'll take a 4.0 or a 5.0 in that. And without further ado, here is the next book that I got off of my 2019 want list. This book has already been pressed and cleaned by Midwest. So Paul from over there at Midwest Comic Band, really do appreciate it. It is a Marvel Spotlight on Ghost Rider number 5, first appearance of Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze. Now, okay, there's a couple things. I really want to get this graded. I'm going to send this off with the other books that I've showed. I haven't sent those off yet, so this one's going to go in the mail with those. So the only thing I see that really detracts from this book is a big scrape right there. Okay, there was a big indentation and Paul was able to press that out. And there are a few spine ticks, but if it weren't for that, I mean, this book would be a 6.0. With that scratch, I'm guessing about a 4.0. Now, I said I wanted a 5.0 to a 6.5. If I can get a 4.0 on this book, I'll be pretty happy. It's pretty solid. There's a couple color breaking creases up there, but that's the main detractor right there. And I have seen it cut all crazy like that before. It's not the best centering in the world, but really happy to have Marvel Spotlight on Ghost Rider number 5. I know a lot of guys have been getting this book recently. A lot of guys have been chasing this book. I think this one is a very undervalued book at this moment, and it's bound to explode at some point. So we saw last year Hulk 181 exploded. This year Giant Size X-Men's exploding. I'm sure we're going to see a bigger uptake of Werewolf by Night, a bigger uptake of Tomb of Dracula number 10, first appearance of first appearance of Moon Knight and Blade. And then I think we're eventually going to see this book start to take off as well, as these Bronze Age books are just taking off. All right, so here's my list. I'm going to put a check mark by Marvel Spotlight number 5. So we've got that one. We've got 3 books off the 2019 want list. And then now we're going to open up one more. And once again, I have to shout out Paul, Midwest Comic Man, for really curating this deal, really helping me make this deal. The Comic Core, Blaster, Stash It, all those guys, and a bunch of other YouTubers were at C2E2. I couldn't make it up there to be there in person, but I had Paul looking out for one of my books off of my 2019 want list, and here it is. I got it from Bedrock City Comics in Houston, Texas, and I'm really, really excited to show you. So I'm going to unbox this and show you guys immediately what I got. Okay, so Paul, Midwest Comic Man, gave me a call. He was texting me, he showed me the picture of this book, and then he worked out a deal with the dealer. He said he'd made deals with this guy before, and he took off $150 off of the asking price, which put it into the range of what I was comfortable paying for this exact book. And the crazy thing was is that week I was looking at a much lower grade in person within my area, and I'm so glad that I didn't pull the trigger on that book, because sometimes it's tempting when you see the book, you just want to pounce on it. Like, I can own the copy of this book. Even though it's low grade, it's here right now and I can just have it. I'm so glad I didn't pull the trigger. Paul did a great job finding this book and making the perfect deal. So without further hesitation, without further delay, I'm going to show you guys, and it is awesome. The #1 book on my 2019 want list. This is Daredevil #1 at a 4.0. And take this cardboard off of there. Bedrock City handled this thing great. Made the deal. They pulled this off the shelf at the con just by a verbal commitment. Now I know sometimes verbal commitments can be legally binding, so you want to be careful with what you do, where you do it, because verbal contracts can be legally binding. I've learned that in my MBA classes, which, by the way, you guys, I only have 3 weeks left of my MBA, and then I'll graduate and I'll have my MBA. So really excited about that. They pulled it off. I'm going to cover the price. They pulled it off, put my name, my number, and the price that we agreed upon. And so I thought that was fantastic. What a great, awesome, reputable dealer. Great grade on this book. Put it into a Mylar, so I don't even have to put it into a Mylar. They already did that. I could not be happier. Go to Bedrock City Comics. Look online. They've got a lot of their books online. I think they've got like a 1.5 of this book, so if you're looking for a low-grade copy, they've got it. They've got a really great book. Here is a look at the front of the book. First appearance of Daredevil. I read this book, you guys, and I freaking love this book. I love the book. It's a Bill Everett artwork, and it's Jack Kirby and Bill Everett cover. And then a Stan Lee story. First appearance of Daredevil, Matt Murdock, and first appearance of Karen Page and Foggy Nelson. Absolutely beautiful front cover. Very, very good looking book. There is like some kind of crease right that goes along right there on the cover. But this is more than what I could ask for. A 4.0. Really excited about it. Once again, here's the back cover with some of the extra stuff on it. I mean, there's not much to look at. But it's got off-white to white pages too, which is great. I mean, that's awesome for a book of this age. So I'm really happy to have the #1 book on my 2019 want list. There it is. Super pumped about that. Hey, so once again, get to cross off another book off the list. And there we have it. Crossed off Daredevil #1. Now what I'm going to do now is make an announcement. I'm going to adjust my list. So if you're all on this journey with me, if you're following along, I'm going to adjust this list. I'm going to write 3 books on the back of this list, and those are the books that I'm going to prioritize. One of those books. That's going to be the next book that I buy. So actually, I've written 4 books down on here. I forgot that I put the top one on there as my #1 priority to get. If I can get it. If I can swing it. So I put Amazing Fantasy 15 at a 1.0. I can't afford anything more, and I don't really want a 0.5 unless it's complete and it looks, presents better than a 0.5. Now I guess I would take something with like a, maybe a detached cover or something like that, but usually that'll give you a 1.0. So anyways, I got rid of a 0.5 because I think I wanted a 1.0. Something that looked a little bit more presentable, that wasn't deteriorating in the slab. So that's my #1 priority. If I can sell a couple more things and build up the funds, I would like to get an Amazing Fantasy 15 at a 1.0. If I can't swing that, I would like to get Fantastic Four #1 at a 1.0 to a 2.0. There is a 1.0 that I've been looking at, but I'm not sure I want to pull the trigger on it. If I've already had hesitations on it, I don't think I'll really be happy with it. I know Elite Comics on Instagram has a couple copies, and he kind of gets copies, more and more copies of Fantastic Four #1. So I'd really like to get on board with the Fantastic Four. It's been a grail book of mine for a long, long time, ever since probably I watched the Great Legend show, his copy. I think his is like a 5.5. But really want to get that before it just gets out of reach, AF-15 status. So I'll be paying like 10 grand a point for Fantastic Four #1. Don't want to do that. Don't want to pay 10 grand for 1 point. Now, the other 2 books on the list are also books that I've always wanted to own, but have never had the opportunity yet. So I can buy these books right now. I can buy one of these books right now in these grades. Tales of Suspense 39, the first appearance of Iron Man, and 3.0. I think that'll be a really solid grade and something that I'd be really happy with. Also, Journey into Mystery is a book that I've always wanted and have never pulled the trigger on. I think I would want that. First appearance of Thor in a 3.0 as well. So before I do anything else on this side, I would like to buy one of these books. So it could be, I could do another haul in a month, or I could do another haul at the end of the year. I don't know when my next haul is going to be, but my goal is to purchase one of these 4 books. So if you know where any of these are for sale that a reasonable, fair market value, let me know. I'd love to see it. But those are the kind of books that people, if they've got them, they're going to get as much as they possibly can get for them, which I totally understand. I wouldn't sell those for dirt cheap either. So anyways, I'm willing to pay fair market value GPA for those books. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I can't believe this is almost a 30-minute video. That's really out of character for me for quite a long time. Haven't done a video that long in forever. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you haven't watched the whole video, just kind of go back and watch a little bit more here and there. There's a lot of good content in here. I try to do a little bit more information, make this thing as valuable as possible for all of you guys. As much information as I possibly could. Showed some good books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the books. Got the first appearance of Ghost Rider. Got the first appearance of Daredevil. Comic Book NYC said I'm a DC guy, wasn't really a Marvel guy. And I was like, man, I'm sitting on these awesome Marvel books. Can't wait to show them. So NYC, big shout out to you, brother. Love that guy. Love his channel. And that guy's got some crazy books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscription button. And also check out one of these other videos. And with that being said, I will talk to you all in the next one. See ya. Bye.